in heavy lifting. So how do we understand the extraordinary life of the MMA world champion? I am glad to receive him exclusively today on the Cameroon radio television. Francis NGANNOU, welcome to this exclusive interview with me.
Thank you, Eugene. Thank you very much.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Tell me, what did you eat last night? Because Cameroonians have tied you with puff and beans.
No, I didn't eat puff and beans last night. I think that was yesterday morning.
Okay.
I didn't take a breakfast this morning, but yeah, last night, what did I eat? I think it was egusi and sweet plantains.
Absolutely, absolutely. The MMA champion. Look, last March 27, 2021, you became the champion of the mixed martial arts. At what particular moment in that ultimate fighting championship did you realize that you are now the champion?
I think long time before, even before know the sport, because in my perspective, that's not the day that I became a champion. That might just be a day that I had the belt, you know, but in my mind, because I do believe that a champion is a mindset. Champion is not about a belt that they wrap around your waist and suddenly you became a champion. Otherwise, everybody would have been a champion, you know. So I think champion is a perspective. Champion is your approach of everything. Champion is how you carry yourself, how you believe in yourself, how you view yourself, you know, how you respect yourself, how you want to be known and remember. That's what makes us champion.
You said that day, the 27th of March, is not the day you became the champion. But just tell me, how memorable and unique was that day in your life? Because this is a process you have been constructing.
That day obviously was very important because since my goal was always to become a champion, so obviously that was an achievement, a huge achievement, and some sort of revenge of life, but you know, for some reason at that specific moment, I just realized that it's not over, you know. As great as he was, there was just a long way to go. And you know, I live in the US, and there is a very noble quote in the US who said, "Sky is the limit." So
sky is the limit, the American dream.
Yeah,
absolutely. And on January 22 this year, you defended your championship and as the MMA champion of the world. It's a battle that lasted about 25 minutes or so. How was that battle too?
I think this was the most important fight in my life, the most important battle in my life, because this wasn't just a fight, you know. I think I've been in the place that I have never been leading up to this fight. I have to face a lot of challenges. I have to face a lot of pressure leading up into this fight. Because I wasn't just fighting an opponent, I was fighting against a broken system, a system that I think needs to be restored. I was fighting against a system that are not respecting me. You know, I was fighting to claim the respect of the champion that I am, of the man that I am, and I was fighting for my dignity, for my pride. I was fighting for a lot more, and 3 weeks and a half before the fight, one opponent put himself on my way again, who was my injury, my knee injury. So I was fighting against myself, against my demons, who was my knee injury. So he was too much in that night. So that's what made that fight the most important one so far, and maybe in the future.
You just said that March 27 was obviously not the day you became the champion, because you had put yourself in your mindset that you are the champion of the world. Tell me, why did you choose this sport?
I always love combat sport. Obviously, I didn't know MMA before I left Cameroon, and that was little less than 10 years ago. I discovered MMA when I went in France. So, but I always love it, so I knew it's going to be...
In reality, the question I wanted to put to you before I had a sleight of tongue was, why did you decide to do mixed martial arts?
I didn't really decide to do mixed martial arts. I was going to do boxing, but along the way, I started to train mixed martial arts. Then I had I think I was good at it, so I kind of like have opportunity. A lot of doors just opened to me, and that's why. That's when I took the opportunity, because at that moment in my life, it wasn't a great moment, and it wasn't like I was. I have a lot of options, so as soon as that opportunity came across, I stepped in and didn't think about twice.
This is, you said you like doing combat sports. You started this in France. Tell me the French experience. You equally won there on several occasions, but most people, Cameroonians, they don't even know of your experience of combat sports in France.
Yeah, because in France, I was just started, I was nobody. I went in the gym, in the boxing gym, obviously, named the Kajin. Then I met people there, a good friend who became a very helpful person at that time for my situation, which today is a good friend named Vidéo. He's the first guy that introduced me to MMA, and then and I didn't care about MMA. He was telling me how good I could be, how I could become a champion, and this I didn't care about, because I just wanted to do boxing.
What took you to the US?
US had always been my dream, but when I had a contract with the UFC and I was in France, at some point I realized not only I always wanted to go in the US, but at some point it was obvious that to expand my tour and get my chance, improve my English in case of a potential opportunity down the road, whatever is in entertainment or motion TV, whatever it is, so I could be ready at that time. So that was one of the reasons, not to mention that it was always been my dream country. So all put together, and then I decided to move at that time, since I was always waiting for the opportunity to move in the US.
You are one of the best examples of what they call the fighting spirit, and the spirit of hope, and the spirit of transformation, and the spirit of doing things excellently. Each time you win, like it was in 2021, like it was in 2022, or in 2016 in France. Each time you win, how do you feel?
I don't win each time. I lost some time.
I know that there are times that you lose, but I'm talking about the moments when you win.
I feel good, but I always take a win as a one step. It's not the end of the goal. It's just one step to reach as high as possible. So I think personally, I don't stay too long on the win. After a win, it's great, it's amazing, but you have to move on and get prepared for next, because next day is the next page, and you have to write a whole book. So you don't stop it at the end of the page because it's beautiful or because it's nice. You have to keep going.
Thousands of people congratulate you online, on radio, television, and other media platforms. President Biya congratulated you in 2021, and at about just 5 minutes after your title was maintained, he equally congratulated you. How do you feel those messages, especially from the Cameroonian president?
I feel pretty good about it, you know, to get to the point that even the president congratulate you. That was amazing, you know. It kind of like proved that you're doing the right thing, you're doing a good thing for your country, for your people that are there and supporting you and show you love and support, and you can feel it, you know. Recently, walking into a fight, one of the thing that I think about the most is like my people, the reason why I'm fighting, who I'm fighting for, you know, who are behind me. I feel like not like a leader, but a captain of a team, and I need to put myself in the front line and give everything that I have to show the example for the people behind me. Sure,
the people behind you, and how do you feel the love of those people? Millions of them.
It's very important, and I feel it straight. Recently, it's been very real, you know. I have made a comment after my last fight at the press conference because, yes, obviously you're there fighting, but not many people will know what's going on in your mind during the fight. And I remember I was thinking about my knee. I was so scared about my knee. It can buckle, this can happen. Basically, with the doctor, after the doctor told me that I could have taken a irreversible damage on that knee. So I was like very careful. I was battling like psychologically with myself. Then couldn't move properly, and at the end of the second round, I realized that I was losing the fight. And one thing I told myself, who was like very important, who helped me maybe to shift and like to shift my mind, was that I can lose this fight. I can let all the people that has been supporting me down. I can let my people down. Whatever it takes, I'm gonna give it out here to win this fight for them, you know. So that's kind of thing that empower you and give you the strength at some time, the support. You think about it, you think about what you're doing right there. It's not just about you, it's about millions of people.
And surely, in a moment we'll switch to French to have some of our Francophone audience get a sense of what you are talking about. But tell me, what gives you the energy, the courage to be a champion? Where do you get the energy? Most people, when I was coming to do this interview, they told me that, will you be able to sit and talk in front of Francis Ngannou? What gives you the energy?
Well, the reason, I think everybody has to have a purpose. My energy came from my purpose, from my dream. The reason why I'm here, the reason why I'm doing this, you know, as I said earlier, as I was saying earlier, like sometimes you think of the people that are behind you, of the reason why you're doing it, of people that stand by your side, you know, they all contribute of your energy, of your motivation, and that's how you do it. Some day you wake up, you feel like you are not ready to do anything, you know, then you think about like, the win and what it can cause, the kids that are looking out to you, that are getting inspired by you. I'm like, no, this is not the example that I want to show them. The laziness, you know, just get back to the bed when I don't feel like doing something, you know, push myself every day after everything. And even those days that you don't feel like doing it, you ended up doing it even better than you used to do, because you put yourself, and at the end of the day, you're very proud and happy about yourself because you push yourself, you put yourself in the uncomfortable zone, and you didn't give up.
Dis-moi, quel est le rôle des entraîneurs dans ta réussite, par exemple?
Le rôle des entraîneurs est très important parce que bien que le combat en lui-même est un aspect, a beaucoup plus d'aspects improvisation, mais étant sur le terrain, on n'a pas la capacité de voir tout ce qui est autour de tout ce qui est autour de nous. Alors l'entraîneur déjà est nos yeux de l'extérieur et aussi celui qui est plus calme et qui nous transmet parfois des informations dont on a besoin dans des moments les plus importants où on peut peut-être s'égarer, parce qu'il faut reconnaître qu'avec l'adrénaline, on n'est plus assez lucide et rationnel dans nos décisions parfois, dans nos pensées. Alors, on utilise parfois le cerveau de l'entraîneur.
Vous êtes champion du monde de poids lourd. Dis-moi, qu'est-ce qui se passe derrière les scènes avant d'atterrir sur le podium? La préparation se fait comment?
La préparation est très complexe en lui-même, parce que il ne s'agit pas uniquement du combat, il s'agit de se préparer, de s'entourer des meilleures personnes, d'avoir des entraîneurs de trouver des entraîneurs qui puissent vous comprendre et qui puissent être là pour vous, parce que le sport est égoïste, c'est quelque chose d'individuel, un sport individuel d'abord. Alors, il faut se rassurer que tout l'équipage, que vous avez un bon entourage, en commençant par le manager, le coach, le nutritionniste et des amis, des sparring partners qui sont là pour vous aider, avoir une bonne synergie avec ces gens, créer une bonne atmosphère autour de vous, qui puisse vous mettre dans un environnement sain et positif pour vous permettre d'avancer, d'approcher un combat avec tant de passion et d'assurance, sachant que vous avez une équipe derrière vous.
Qu'est-ce qu'on vous conseille, par exemple, de manger? Est-ce qu'il y a une nutrition spécifique dans ce genre de sport?
La nutrition, il n'y a pas une nutrition spécifique, au fait. Ça dépend de tout un chacun, ça dépend des objectifs, ça dépend de où on est. Par exemple, au Cameroun, notre nutrition est différente de l'Occident, de l'Europe, des États-Unis, et c'est pareil en Asie. Donc, on essaye plus peut-être de manger sain selon nos objectifs. Certains ont l'intention, ont pour objectif de perdre le poids avant le combat, d'autres ont pour objectif de prendre du poids ou de prendre de la force, de l'énergie. Ça dépend au fait, mais faut éliminer les calories inutiles et consommer les calories utiles.
Je voudrais que vous expliquiez à mon audience, à mes téléspectateurs, à nos auditeurs, comment un jeune né à Batié dans l'ouest du Cameroun, un petit pays de l'Afrique centrale,
c'est pas un petit pays.
J'arrive, c'est une expression journalistique, pas bien connu dans le monde, pour certains, est devenu une star mondiale.
La trajectoire est très compliquée à expliquer et très longue, mais il y a une chose qui est
essentielle.
Oui, il y a une chose qui est le dénominateur commun de tout, et je pense que de toute réussite, pas que de la mienne, c'est la foi, la détermination, le rêve, l'ambition. Ça, c'est des facteurs très importants dans la réussite, quels que soient nos secteurs d'activité. Souvent, je dis aux gens on peut être champion dans tout ce qu'on fait. On peut être femme de ménage, être champion dans son domaine. On peut être mécanicien, être champion dans son domaine. On peut être taximan, maçon, être champion dans son domaine. Il suffit d'y croire, de se donner à fond, d'avoir la motivation, d'aimer son boulot et de se mettre d'avoir la foi en nous, au succès, à ce qui peut arriver. Et je pense qu'à partir de là, le succès n'est qu'une question de temps. Parce que être champion, c'est pas juste combattre dans les cages ou sur le ring. C'est pas uniquement les métiers auxquels on peut être champion. On est champion dans tous les secteurs d'activité. Et ça, à partir du moment où on a ce dénominateur commun, on devient champion. Comme vous, dans votre secteur d'activité. On est tous champions dans notre secteur d'activité.
Tout à fait. Dis-moi, why are you called the Predator? How did that name come about?
He has two definitions. One of the definition is related to the movie in itself, The Predator, which is like the hope. I remember when I saw that movie, the time that, they were all scared and afraid. and Schwarzenegger, he was the only one that survived in that movie. And why did he survive? Because when he saw the green thing on the lift, and he said, "What is this?" They say, "It's his blood, the blood of the predator himself." And he said, so he's bleeding, he could die. He believed that that animal who are killing them, they are not seeing him, could die. And that's what kept him alive, because he believed in it. He trusted himself. You know, other people, they were all afraid and they gave up the doubt of the fact that they could kill him, and that's what they died. You know, the faith, the hope, that's what's very important. And also, the second definition of the predator is, you know, whether it's a lion or an eagle or any type of predator that you can find in the jungle, they all have one thing in common. They took a time to aim their target, decide what exactly they are going for, and they put their full force into that prey. Doesn't matter what's around it, what's surrounded or coming their way, they don't even see him because they are focused. So it's about the focusedness, and that's what I love about all those predators. And they all have the same definition. They come to the focusedness.
Avant la dernière question, aujourd'hui vous avez une fondation. Quel est le but? Quelles sont déjà les activités menées dans le domaine de l'humanité?
La fondation Francis NGANNOU a pour but, en fait, pour l'instant, on est dans le domaine sportif. On essaie de donner la chance aux jeunes de découvrir le sport, mais pas pour le but de faire des grands sportifs, juste dans le but de leur permettre de croire en eux, de croire que tout est possible, quel que soit leur rêve, d'avoir confiance en eux et de se sentir important dans la société, de se sentir valorisé. Parce que généralement, les enfants venant dans des secteurs, déjà dans un pays comme le Cameroun, et encore plus dans des secteurs défavorisés, des zones rurales, ont tendance d'abandonner très vite parce qu'ils se disent que ça ne les appartient pas. Ils se disent que ça appartient aux autres. Alors, et ça déjà en lui-même est un fléau contre la réussite. Et pourtant, à partir du moment où un enfant croit en lui, même qu'il soit dans un village, certes, ce serait plus difficile pour lui. Il aurait peut-être quelques pas de plus à faire pour y arriver que les autres, mais néanmoins, il pourra y arriver, à condition d'y croire. Donc, le but de la Fondation Francis NGANNOU est de permettre à ces jeunes, quel que soit leur rêve, d'y croire en eux, de comprendre les principes élémentaires de la vie qui sont se relever à chaque fois qu'on tombe et finir par gagner et arriver à leur but. Donc, c'est ça au fait.
Francis NGANNOU, quand je vous regarde à la télé, vous êtes en action pour ce que vous savez faire mieux. J'ai l'impression qu'il n'y a rien dans le monde qui vous fait peur. Est-ce qu'il y a quelque chose dans le monde qui te donne la peur?
Ben, bien sûr, j'ai mes peurs comme tout le monde. J'ai peur de l'échec. Les raisons pour lesquelles je me bats en permanence et que je double d'efforts chaque jour, c'est parce que j'ai peur de me retrouver là où j'étais hier. J'ai peur de me retrouver dans des situations où je ne peux pas offrir des soins médicaux à ma famille, à ma mère. J'ai peur de me retrouver dans la situation où je suis impuissant, comme la maladie de mon père et que je n'ai pu rien faire et qu'il est décédé. Par manque de soins. J'ai peur que ça n'arrive à ma mère ou à un autre membre de ma famille. J'ai peur de plein de choses comme toute autre personne. J'ai peur d'échouer. J'ai peur de ne pas laisser des bons souvenirs derrière moi quand je partirai.
Tout à l'heure, vous avez dit que c'était un combat, ton dernier combat, c'était un combat pour te faire respecter, de combattre un système qui ne fonctionne pas bien. Qu'est-ce qui ne marche pas? Vous n'êtes pas assez respecté? par certains?
Non, je ne trouve pas que je trouve que je ne suis pas respecté à ma juste valeur par cette organisation, par l'organisation auquel je combats depuis ces derniers temps, et surtout par les thèmes de leurs contrats que je trouve que c'est pas juste au fait, et j'aimerais de se faire avoir un contrat juste. C'est pour ça que je me bats contre un système qui nous met dans un engrenage où on ne peut plus faire machine arrière. Contre un système...
Et le pied, ça va déjà mieux maintenant, le genou?
Non, le genou, ça ne va pas. Malheureusement, je suis obligé de subir une opération qui est prévue en début mars.
Finally, what message do you have to young people watching you around the world? What message of hope, what message of peace for your country, for your fans, and even to those who are not your fans? What message do you have?
I think you say it all, is to have hope, to have faith, to believe in yourself, because everybody who has faith and hope in himself, success is just a matter of time. You know, keep grinding, the dedication, you know, is never too far. And as we all said, we can fight against the odds and make it, fight obstacles. Obstacles will always be on our way. And even when you're getting closest to success, the obstacles get bigger. So that means you're closest to something. So don't give up. Keep grinding and believe in yourself. Have your pride, have your self-believing, respect yourself, impose respect to others. You know, that's the only way you're going to make it.
Francis Ngannou, the mixed martial arts world champion for UFC. Thank you very much indeed for exceptionally accepting to talk to the Cameroon Radio Television. I've been running for you for a very long time, and I'm very grateful that this day came to reality, and we wish you well for all the next endeavors you are going to take and to keep Cameroon proud all the time.
Thank you very much, Eugene. I appreciate it.
God bless you. Like say in the US, God bless you.
Thank you very much.
You are welcome. You are welcome. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Likewise.
Madame, Monsieur, bonjour. Vous êtes sur CRTV News et vous regardez l'invité. Justement, aujourd'hui, dans le fauteuil de l'invité, nous recevons une auteure, bien je vais dire un auteur avec eux. À la fin, Grâce Divine Mounion, qu'elle vient